Welcome back to Thomas Garage again, boys and girls. Good morning. Actually, it's after 3:30. But I'll tell you, I'm sitting here looking. Cub Cadet, Cub Cadet, Cub Cadet. We're having a Cub Cadet week. Last week was a John Deere week. But today, wow, it's a snapper. 21-inch front-wheel drive. Actually, this one's an MTD, just branded a snapper. He put him some aftermarket wheels on there, and he don't think that's right, but looks right to me. He says the self-propel don't work, and he wants to service it. So we're going to take a look at his self-propel. This is a model where you take this front cover off and whole front end just flop and fall off, and those aren't real fun to work on. But let's find out. Let's fire it up and see if the self-propel does work or don't work, or should work, not work. It no work. It does not work. So we are going to figure out why. Got the engine a little warm. We're going to turn it over, let the oil be draining while we work on the. We're going to take the blade and everything off and see what's going on, see if it's in the belt. It'll have to be in the belt. It has to. Grab yourself a 3/8 and a good extension. This thing's got 4 or 5 screws on the bottom. It's got a couple of them on top. You got one here, and you got one over here. Right down there. There it is. And then you got, I think, 4 of them under here. All right. Go ahead and pop these 2 off the top. Okay. Just real coarse thread, they go into plastic. They go into plastic. Pop the dipstick out. I've already checked the oil. It's full, but it's dark. So we're going to change the oil. Spark plug. Yeah. Give me a new air filter. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's do this, Brutus. We ain't new to this. All right. You got one here and here and here and here and here. So there's 5 of them under here. Under here. And this part will stay. It's bolted here and here. So that'll expose the transmission and everything. So we've got one here. We got one here. We got one here. Here. And here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're the same bolts as on top. Screws, I guess you'd call them screws. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think what we're going to have to do is, now that the oil is drained, I'm going to lay it back on its wheels. I'm going to put a 4x4 block under the front, because right now the axle and everything is going to want to fall out. So that's what we'll do. Of course, we'll leave the dipstick out. That'll tell us it ain't got no oil in it. So let's go ahead and get this blade and cover down here pulled off. Let's see, to get that cover off, you also have to pull these two off. I forgot about those. It goes into the very end of that. But I'm gonna wait to do that though. I don't want everything to fall apart. This will have to be a 5/8. 5/8. Everything's a 5/8. Boy, he's got some kind of string wrapped around this thing. Yeah. Make sure we do. We'll have to get that cleaned out. Sharpen his blade. Blade looks pretty good. Take the screws out of this. These screws, of course, are different. These are shoulder bolts, screws, shoulder screws. Let's see, that one and this one. And these screw into metal. I'm gonna take a wire wheel and clean these up. Don't need them rounding off. Well, there's the belt. And evidently it's off the front of the transmission, either that or the spring or something broke. Boy, he's got something wrapped around that good. Can't tell what it is. Let's get that off of there. It's got that string and stuff cut off. He's got somebody's pantyhose or something wrapped up in it. Boy, this thing's got me dull. About time for a new blade. Ooh, I don't know what that stuff is. It's probably pine straw bale string. But that's what it is. Okay, let's stand it back on its wheels. Get these two off so we can get the top cover finished. And you'll know the screws for the top part. They're, of course, they're all the same. And these two for this cover is different. They screw into metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws total. Hold that cover on. Now when I lay this thing over, the wheels are going to push the axles off the little holder there, the bodywork. See, I was pushing the axles off. Ooh, see that? Just like that. What a mess. There's a little bug. Get him. Ooh. See how it come out of its little slot right there? Just go back in there like that. See, it just rests in that cradle. Looks like the belt just come loose. Let me grab my vacuum and we'll clean that. I am not putting my fingers in there. Lord knows what other creepy crawlies might be in there. Grab me an extension cord. The belt to me looks like it's pretty good shape. It just probably got so much stuff crammed in it, it just pushed it right off. This is not missing, which is sometimes the problem. All right. I shouldn't have done that. I sucked out the air filter housing. You can suck fumes out of there, and you're using a electric, something electric. No, that ain't good. There's another creepy crawly. I got him. Yeah, I was showing you this. This is supposed to be in there like that. And it snaps in. There it goes. For some reason that was out. That might have been the reason this belt come off. It allowed this transmission to go way back. See, it holds it. And this right here, I'll bring you over here. I can tell he's been cutting grass when it was wet. All that's just kind of paper mache to it. The cable's good. And that comes out like that. You just force it in. The belt looks good though. It ain't burn anywhere, it ain't dry rotted or nothing. It's in good shape. So we'll stick this back on. That goes in that hole right there. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. This goes in that hole there. This goes around like that. That goes on the outside of the belt. Well, I just pulled it off. It goes in that hole and that hole. Where'd you go? Squeeze that in there. This whole thing here goes down there. And it sticks under there. It just sticks under there. When you get it in both these holes, just snap it. And that holds it. And that'll hold it. Okay. Let me engage. Is it still on the belt pulley? No, it come off. I meant the engine pulley. It come off the engine pulley. Let me stick my hand in there and I'll get it back on. it's on the engine pulley. I'm gonna take my clamp and I'm gonna clamp that self-propel handle back, and I'm gonna make sure it puts proper tension on that belt. And there we go. In my opinion, this came loose. And that's what allowed it to just pop off the pulley. Okay. Now we'll put it back together, pour oil in it, fire it up, and see if it works. That just slides, that little tab goes under the bodywork. Okay. Make sure it goes all the way down. See, it'll cover that perfectly. Make sure it's all the way down right there. Then you can hook that there, and that'll help hold it. Or we get a couple of screws in it. We'll put the 2 screws back in the top to help hold it. And then we'll go under. We'll go under. And be gentle, it is plastic. Let me get this oil out of the way. Put the dipstick back in it just for now. Well, I ain't gonna do that. Let's go ahead and put oil in it. That way we don't forget. That way we do not forget. Let's see, I'll use this jug here. I think it's dripping. I wonder if I cracked it when I dropped it the other day. Look at there. That thing's loose, I bet. Rubber rag. A little bit more. Chirp, little bird. Yeah, golly, this jug's leaking. I'm glad I can get me that other one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just a little overfull, that's fine. Just a little bit's fine. Yeah. Well, that thing's a mess. Okay, now we put the dipstick back in it and lay it back over. Get to the hole. Easy. Easy, 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 easy. slam stuff back together like it's the last time I'll ever be taking it apart. Get to the hole. And these two. All right. Now we put this cover back on. Let me slap it in the trash can here. That's pretty good. You have to turn this in a certain way to get this to go back on. Paint's peeling off. I need to hurry because that gas cap is a little bit leaky. Okay, let me hit pause. I'm gonna go throw a quick edge on this blade and we'll slap it back on. Can't really run it without that, it'll run funny. Hang with. Pow. Nice fresh edge. Everything's back together correctly. We'll set her back on her wheels. They do not like to be laid over, but it don't hurt them. They just don't like cranking back right after you do that. That's why I like to let them set for a few minutes. But we're going to fire this thing up and see if the self-propel. They was thinking it was because he put the wrong wheels on it, which I don't think it is. I think those will work just fine. Oh. Little bit of money. Little bit of money. Hang with. That's funny, a customer calls wanting me to swap his blade and we end up talking politics for half an hour. I love it. Nope. That fuel has drained into the combustion chamber. In bed. We hydro locked it. Uh-oh. Here's another message I ain't gonna worry about looking at right now. Let's see, let's go ahead and swap this spark plug. Went over there for a spark plug and got grease on my finger. God, I could look at a grease gun and get it all over me. Well, you got to unplug it before you take it out, boy. This is a 2009 model. I'm going to pour gas everywhere. Evidently, when that engine shut off, it had the intake valve open. That's why it done that. Made a mess. That's all right. I'm good at making messes. Let me give this thing a few pulls, get all that gas out of there. Golly, people. Yeah. Money. She wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow. That's fine. All right, let's give it a couple of pulls. Hey, new spark plug. Up your wrench. These little EX engines, I wish they'd make that spark plug a little bit longer. They got it designed where it just rides against that valve cover. All right, let me check the oil in this thing, make sure none of the gas ran into the crankcase, the crankcase. Nope, I believe we're good. Oh, let's try this again. That muffler right there muffler guard is just bent all crazy. Here we go, we'll add about another $40 to his bill for that. All right. Let's see if the self-propel works now. Hey-ya, crank on. Come on, baby. Come on. You can do it. Okay, change the oil spark plug, just grab my air filter. I don't know why I ever shoved all my air filters up on that top shelf. I can't reach them. I used to have them all in that area right there. Oh well, I'll put them back one of these days. Too busy these days now to do stuff like that. Spark plug, oil, air filter, sharpened his blade, got his belt put back on. Now we'll take it out there and I'm going to give it a good washing before I give it back to him. I don't know where he had this set. He had it on the highest one, that's where we got it. Okay. All right, boys and girls, thanks for watching another little snapper MTD self-propel repair and annual service. Thank you, Mr. Compressor. Thought I heard the phone ring again. Anyway, love y'all. Thanks for watching my video, and y'all be good to each other. Holler if you need me. Ooh, maybe I'll get caught up one day. Y'all be good. Catch y'all on the next one.